Hi everyone, I'm Shuaiqi and I will talk about PSA7 in this video. PSA7 is about the abstract class, so you need to implement some classes. So here are all the classes you needed. There is a parent class called shape, and there are line, circle, a rectangle, and the detailed rectangle and square like to implement different classes. So for this PSA, the start code has 15 files, so it's a little complex, but I will explain to you what they are doing. So for these .java files, these are the files you need to implement. You need to write code there and to implement their method. And for this .jar file, this is to help you draw the picture. And these 5 test files, they are used to test your code. So what you need to do is to implement this kind of .java files. And this one is for the extra credit. If you do not want to do the extra credit, you can ignore this file. So this is for the start code. And for each file, you need to almost like to implement all these functions, their constructor, the equals, the move, the draw. This is the abstract. So we take circle as an example. Like you need to finish the constructor of the circle. There are 3 different constructors here, and also you need to implement the move method from its parent, the toString, the equals, and the hash code. Also for the draw, so the draw has like 3 parameters. The first one, it is the canvas, and second one, it is color you want to draw, and third one, it is the fill. So when it is true, which means that you will fill the circle you draw. When it is false, you will leave it empty. But there is an exception that it is for the triangle. For the triangle, you do not need to implement the fill of the triangle, but you do need to write the parameter here. You just could ignore this parameter. Whether it is true or false, you just need to draw a triangle. You don't need to fill that. And this is a start code, so we can maybe look at one circle. Okay, for the circle, this is the template that we give you. It has 2 parameters here, and all the constructors are not implemented. You need to write by yourself. And this override method are inheritance from its parent. You also need to implement it. And besides, you can see that there are 2 parameters here, but you do not have the getter and the setter. You need to write it by yourself. So if you need any other like some parameters, you also need to write here and then write the getter and setter by yourself. So you can see that here we can take point as example. For the getter and the setter, the set, they are private, which means that they can only be accessed from their own class. But for the get, they are public. So when you write the getter and setter, be careful that the getter should be public, the setter should be private. So this here should be careful. And also one thing, do not change the templates we give you. Like, do not change the parameters like of a method. If you change the parameters of the method and you failed in the greeting, we might not give you points for you changing the method. Okay, this is for the start code, and then I will show you if you finish writing your codes. I will show you how to run and test your code. So first of all, if you finish writing, there is an instruction. I think it's here. So first you need to compile your code and then run your code. So because our codes are dependent on the object draw.java, so you need to first compile this code first. Okay. You compile this and then you compile, sorry. Okay, after you compile, you can run your code like this. This is the only way you can run your code because it's a little different from the previous ones. So applet viewer test Mickey. Okay, it will show you the Mickey Mouse, the 3 circles. For the house, test house with delays. Okay, you can see that the house is drawn one step by step. So you can see that the rectangle is filled with green, this one is filled with red, but the triangle is not filled because triangle is not implemented with the fill. So how this triangle is filled, that it's draw the big triangle and then draw several green triangles, draw a lot of green triangles. So these are all triangle all here. So it's like it is filled, but it is step by step. So I can show you again. You don't need to implement the fill of the triangle, just ignore that parameter fill. You just need to draw a triangle, and then you draw one triangle, and then you draw several triangles with the green line, and then it looks like it fills these roofs, but it is draw many triangles here. So this is one thing you need to know. So if you successfully write your code, when you run your code, it will show like my demos. Okay. For the extra credit, if you want to do that, we have given you this one template file, which is called the CSSB polygon.java. So if you want to implement it and run it, you need to write your .html as well as the .html as well as the test by yourself. So if you want to submit the extra credit, you could both submit your test files, the test HTML and the test.java, and you can follow the same way as the test Mickey or the test house with delays controller, test house with delays like they write. Okay, above all is the introduction of PSA 7.